All right, so we are live. Hi.
Hello. Let me go share it on my Facebook page, girl.
We about to have fun tonight. So y'all come on in, make yourself comfortable because we are going to have a good conversation tonight. So you know we got to do our drill.
Share it on my Facebook page, girl.
About to have fun tonight. You got to put the volume down though.
All right. Got it.
Okay.
Just trying to put my bracelet on like I'm going somewhere. Who talking about me? My ears hot. You know the old people say somebody is it somebody talking bad about you or they saying something good about you? I always wonder.
When your ears itching, I don't know.
No, my ears be burning. They be like internal, like having heat flashes.
Oh Lord, somebody is wrapping you up, honey.
Period.
They got you on the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
whoever talking about me, stay impressed on me.
I know.
Be nice.
Say something nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Y'all come on in. I'm trying to get this stuff together. All right. I think I got it.
Y'all have to get used to me fixing my hair.
Honey, what's her name, girl?
I don't know. It's just straight long with a bang. Just straight hair with a bang. I don't know. One of my cousins may give her a name. I'll check in with BJ.
Honey, you gotta give her a name so her to get right. We are alive, honey. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Need her to be on her best behavior tonight.
Right.
Paula said, "What you know about hot flashes?"
I'm almost 40.
Oh,
it's just my ears. It's just my ears. It's not my body. It's just my ears. So.
Just the ears. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Welcome, y'all. Come on in the room. We are excited about tonight's conversation. And I know you only see two of us, and I'm going to explain why our handsome co-host is missing tonight. It's for a good reason, but I'll tell you all about it in just a second. I just want you to come in, get comfortable, and get ready for a good conversation because we're going to have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, and yes.
And share.
Yes, please share. Tell your friends.
Mm-hmm. Don't keep all this good, yummy goodness to yourself, honey.
Oh.
Share. Sharing is caring.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get hi, Miss Minnie.
Hey, Minnie.
Last week. Appreciate you joining us again this week. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So if this is your first time tuning in, I am Siobhan Carter, the You Relationship Coach. And what that means is I am passionate about all things concerning relationships, especially the relationship that you have with yourself. And tonight, I am joined by Patrice Salmon. And on the flyer, you probably saw that we were going to have Kareem with us and joining us back, and we were ready for a good conversation. But unfortunately, Kareem can't join us tonight because of the hurricane in Louisiana. So his power is out. So it's just really, really bad weather down there. So just please lift your prayers up to those who are being impacted by this hurricane. And we just send him our love, and hopefully we'll be able to get him in on a future episode. So I hope you're not disappointed. We're still going to have a good show tonight. Yeah. And if you are a man watching with us tonight, we would love your input since our dear friend Kareem couldn't be with us. And women, we would love your input too, but we really want that masculine energy enjoy, on with us tonight as well. So please send your prayers and just continue to join and ride with us, because we're still going to have a good time. We got a good show planned for you tonight. So I just wanted to let you all know why there's only 2 of us and not 3. So even though Kareem is not here, my beautiful friend Patrice is here, honey. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Well, hello, everyone. Some of you already may know me, but those of you that do not, I am the Patrice. And this is probably my 3rd time with you, Siobhan. Yeah. And so I first just want to tell you thank you again for giving me this opportunity just to share your platform and to discuss one of my favorite topics, which is relationships. I am so sad that Kareem isn't on. Me and Kareem been going back and forth and talking and preparing for this show for about 2 weeks, even up until last night. So friend, I miss you. I was ready to have it out with you tonight, but we'll do it in the future. I'm sure we'll have many other conversations where we fight. So, but I am the Patrice. I am a relationship blogger. I've recently started an IG page called I am the Patrice. I have begun doing live chats and just sharing my experience and my wisdom that I've gleaned from my experiences with my divorce and other relationships and my dating after divorce, which has been a roller coaster but enjoyable. I live in the DMV area. I am a single mother of 2 beautiful little boys, DJ and Parker, 6 and 9. I also work in the DMV area, but baby, I was born and raised in New Orleans. Yes. So, I'm excited to be here, and let's get started.
All right. So we're going to have fun tonight. Mm-hmm. And if you have never been here before, this is an interactive discussion. Mm-hmm. So we invite you to put your comments in the chat, ask your questions. We want to hear from you. This is just not about us sharing our thoughts on this topic. We want to hear what you have to say, because we learn from each other. Mm-hmm. So without further ado, tonight we are talking about friends with benefits. Mm-hmm. So how this conversation got started, the last time Kareem and Patrice was on, if you missed that conversation, we were talking about unrealistic expectations. Mm-hmm. And yeah, real heated, because some kind of way, I don't even know how it came up.
It was your fault, Siobhan.
My fault. We started talking about friends with benefits, and it just seemed like it needed to be its own show, because we didn't have enough time to delve into it. And Kareem was about to start on a trail and a path that we were not understanding, that we needed some more explanation. So he's not here tonight, so he can share his side. But that's how this conversation got started. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, what does it mean when we hear the term friends with benefits? What is that? How would you define that, Patrice?
Well, historically, and I think what the majority of the world feels is, when you hear the term friends with benefits, the connotation is that is someone that your primary relationship is sexual. And Kareem is not here. Kareem does not agree with that, and so he really wanted to express that. But like we said, we'll talk about that at another time. But historically, that's what that term typically means. And we could be transparent about some things surrounding that, but that's what that term means to me.
Mm-hmm. So any type of situation. So it's a friendship that involves
an arrangement. I don't know if it's always a friendship, but sometimes it might be a friendship. But typically it's an arrangement or agreement amongst 2 people that's what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what if somebody approached you and said that that's what they were looking for? What kind of things would go through your mind? If they're like, look, I'm not looking for relationships. I'm just looking for, a person that I can be in a friends with benefits type situation with.
I think it depends on the space that I'm in. Or in general for most women, but I'll speak. It depends on the space that I'm in. I'm not gonna say that I'm typically, that is not my norm. But say I was, back in the day. Yeah. If that was, I would probably agreed to something like that, not knowingly. Now that I'm more mature and I'm older, I'm a little bit more aware of what that means. But I don't get offended anymore when guys approach me, because even now I get approached with, that's all I want. I had an incident one time online dating where a guy flat out told me he's busy. He works a lot. He has his children, and that's all he was interested in. And was I available for that? And I said, no, sir, thank you.
At least he was being honest, huh?
I respect it. I respect that. I respect his honesty. Yes, I respect it. Yeah. So, yeah. So I don't get offended. It is what it is. Yeah. Everybody got different needs. Everybody got different spaces that they're at. Who am I to judge?
So let's talk about the benefits portion of it. So in the beginning, we talked about it could include sex. What are some other benefits, or are there any other benefits that comes along with the friends with benefits type situation?
Depends on the guy. It depends on the guy. I mean, you may be able to Netflix and chill sometime, have a movie partner, somebody to hang out with from time to time if you enjoy his company outside of the physical act. Gifts. A trip here or there, it just really depends. I'm not a big proponent of friends with benefits, but it does happen.
Yeah.
So I feel that those are the benefits. And then, truthfully, there are just some guys that are genuinely good guys. Even though that may be a part of the situation, it doesn't mean that, they're losers or they, scumbags. They genuinely look out for you. It's just that y'all. And then, truth be told, with some females, you may not even you may not see no future with that guy, but you enjoy that part of the relationship with him. You enjoy that space with him. And so you that's what you do with him, but that there's nothing that's going to ever come of that relationship, and that's not true for all, but I'm saying for some.
And I'm glad that you said that, because it's not always the man. A lot of times when we hear friends with benefits, a man is saying that he's up to something and he doesn't want more. But there are times when there are women who want to be in that type of situation. So I'm glad that you mentioned that it's not just a man that's in that. Sometimes, depending upon, where a woman is in her life, that may be all she's looking for as well. So
exactly.
Not just on you. So Evan says, why it depends on us. It doesn't.
It don't. No, yeah, I've been in that space before.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I mean, people at 100, I'm like,
Yeah. So it's not all about that. So Katisha said, respect the honesty and companionship. Yeah. So sometimes you can just desire companionship and not want all of the responsibilities that comes along with maintaining and developing a relationship.
Right. So, yeah. Or you just don't, after a while, after spending time with that person, you like, look, there's no future with you, but I'll kick it with you like this. But I don't see no future with you at all, period.
Because okay, let's be clear, and I want to have a balanced discussion, right? Because not every woman wants to be in a committed relationship and walk down the aisle. Really, majority there. I don't even say majority because I don't know that to be true.
Right. We don't have no statistics.
Right. There are no statistics. So there are a lot of women out there that want to be married and want to, have that traditional path. And there are some women who are like, you know what, I just want to do me.
Right.
So yeah. And so that's another reason why I wanted to have that conversation, because sometimes I think the term friends with benefits comes with negativity and a negative connotation. So what are your thoughts about that? Are there some pros about being in a friends with benefits situation?
So if you enter a friends with benefits relationship, and it's sexually related, because to Kareem's point, even though he's not here, there are other type of friends with benefits. It could be a guy that helps around the house, or a handyman. I have male friends. I have quite a few male friends that there is nothing sexual or anything. We talk, we check in with each other. I know if I ultimately need something, or I'm stuck or stranded, they'll help me out. I mean, I have quite a few friends like that. But as far as the term, what we're talking about in a sense sexually, I think the con is you find yourself falling for that person. Or falling in love with that person, or wanting more from that person, and wanting to it to evolve into something else when that wasn't what you all agreed to in the beginning, and that person doesn't feel the same way. And that could go for male and female. So what do? You know, I mean, you now you all in you got your emotions all involved, because like we talked about on the last show, for women, sex most of the time is very emotional. And you know, as much as you spend a lot of time with this person now, and then you're giving your body, yourself, to that person, right? The pro is like what you said. If you don't want to be in a relationship, then that's what it is, and then you can keep it pushing. And when you see him or her, you do. When you don't, you don't.
Yeah. What Casitra says. Sometimes, I hope I'm saying your name right. That's why
we call her Minnie. We call her Minnie.
Right, we'll call you Minnie. So sometimes there's just physical attraction and nothing deeper, which is
right.
And sometimes that's just where you are, and there's no judgment if that's what you're choosing to do. And a bad rap about it, as if you're the only ones who are desiring this type of situation. Yeah, because it's not.
They're not. Trust me, they're not.
Right.
They're
we
not.
definitely know that men are the only ones. So
I want to say this for women. Women, be careful. Be really, really be careful with those, especially those women that are down deep inside aspiring to be in a relationship. Be careful. Don't enter into those type of things or situations when you know you want more. When you know you want more, because you're setting yourself up for hurt. And I will say, speaking personally for me, you know, I have had experiences, or I know I've been in a space of me wanting more, or, you know, I was exploring the idea of wanting to be or pursue being in a committed relationship. And I've had to move different. I've had to start moving different and dating differently, because, you know, you meet a guy, he say he doesn't want to be in a relationship. You start spending time with him. Now you like him, but that's not what he wants, right? Or you find yourself in this friends with benefits situation, but that's not ultimately what you want. So now you gotta you're heartbroken or you're sad, because that's not what he wanted. And the same thing for men. But like I said, I can only speak for, you know, I really could speak more so for women. Be careful. If that's not what you want, I know he may seem like a great guy, let it go.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say too. At the end of the day, no matter what lane you choose to be in, you got to be honest with yourself. And you got to be intentional. Like if you know that, okay, in this season, I don't want anything more. However, if I enter in this friends with benefits situation and later on, I want something more, how is this current situation going to impact me?
Right.
So something that sometimes we don't always think about that. We're just thinking about the here and now, wanting to get our needs met, and not really considering how it's going to impact us in the long run. So whatever you choose to do, be intentional about it, and make an informed decision about what you're choosing to do moving forward.
I'm telling, I am dealing with this like as I speak, like it's my life. So I want you all to know I'm being 100% transparent. This is what I've had to come to terms with, and what I am dealing with, myself just this summer. So yeah.
And like Paula says, yes, you can't change them or talk them into changing. And like we've talked about before, I think on the last show we talked about that. Like you can enter a situation and he can tell you up front, look, this is all I'm looking for. And then we get involved and it's like, well, maybe if I start doing this, or if I show him this, he'll change his mind over time. And then we get mad when he's still consistent in his message.
Exactly. Yep. So true. Yep. Yeah. We cannot pause them.
Right. So what would you say to a woman who doesn't want to end up in a friends with benefits situation? What kind of words of wisdom or advice would you give to her?
Ask questions. Communicate. My question typically is, when I meet a guy, what are your dating goals? And guys will be upfront. Some say, I don't know. I had quite a few guys tell me recently that they want to be married. I was kind of surprised by that. I don't know if it's the holiday season's approaching and people don't want to be by themselves, but I found that to be highly unusual. Was like, I want to get married. How about you? Like, I'm dating with a purpose. So, I mean, I don't know if it's because I am moving different or I am telling God what I want, that other people are coming across my path that they have the same common things, dating goals that I have. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But typically guys be like, oh, I'm just chilling. Oh, I'm looking for something casual. Oh, I just want to be friends. So my advice is ask. Flat out ask. What are your dating goals? You know, have a conversation about it. And I mean, you don't have to be like, oh, I want this, I want that, but just ask the question. And then that gives you, and then if he don't want to be forthcoming, that's a problem. But if he's honest about where he is, then that gives you an opportunity to make a decision on how you gonna move. Now, if you don't want to be, you may meet a guy that won't be married and you don't want to be married right now. And that is fine. You keep it pushing. You meet somebody that have the same dating goals as you do.
Right. And I'm appreciative that you are meeting men who are vocal about what they're looking for and who they're intentional about, the end game and just being vocal about that up front, because I do believe that there are a lot more men out there to give them credit for who are not trying to play games and who do want to settle down and get married. And I believe that there are, immature people at all age ranges, right? But
Lord Jesus, yes, they are.
Right. But I do believe there are a number of guys out there who are not into playing games. They know what they want and they're just trying to find it. Because I know a few like that. They just haven't found what they are looking for.
Oh, right, you do?
I do. Yes, I do. who are just
I am the Patrice Foxy Mommy on Instagram, or you could send me a message on Facebook.
But they have the same or the same, type of things that women say. They're like, I'm having trouble. So it's interesting that I hear it on both sides, from the woman's side and the men's side. So I just want to put it out there, ladies, that there are some men out there who want to seriously, who want to take dating seriously. And I do believe what you said before, what you put out there is what you have been getting. So if you have been putting out there in the world that this is what I'm looking for, I believe that's what you attract. So it comes back to you. So let's see what Carla has to say. So Carla says, what I've learned from my experience is when it was supposed to be just a casual situation and then I developed feelings for him was because we were doing couples things together. Now, to avoid that is to keep boyfriend and girlfriend activities out of it. Just keep it casual.
Lord, I wish Kareem was on here tonight, baby. Carla,
no.
This is the main thing we've been arguing about, because Carla, I don't know if you saw last week's show, but you are on point. That women can't. A lot of women can't handle that psyche. Men say, "Oh, I don't want a relationship," but you're doing relationship type stuff with me. Don't bring me to meet your mama. Don't bring me to meet your friends. You want to take me on this nice exotic trip? You want to, we together, we going out to eat every week. I mean, I talk to you every day. You asking me how I'm doing. What we doing? What are we doing? So for us, we are trained to go by your actions and not what you say. So it messes us up. But ladies, let's talk about this. Let's have a real conversation about this.
Yes.
We have to retrain our brains. Go by what they say. Don't go by what they do. Because a lot of guys, especially once they enter their 40s and their 50s, they like the benefits of the relationship, especially if they're comfortable with you and it's convenient. Not necessarily, convenient is not a good word. They're comfortable with you and they grow a sense of trust with you. They want to do things and, but that messes with us a little bit. So you're going to have to, if you can't really handle that, create some boundaries with a man that doesn't have the same dating goals as what you have, because it will throw you off. It has thrown me off and a lot of other women. I could go on and on about this topic because I've even been in a situation. Can I tell this story, Siobhan?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Let me tell y'all about this one story. Like, real talk.
I love your story.
I was dating this guy for a few years. Okay. We split up for a period of time. So while we split up, he was doing his thing, so, and I was doing mine. So in the midst of this, at some point we tried to work on getting back together, but he had this female that he was dealing with. Right. And so homegirl found a way to get in touch with me. I mean, I don't know. She must have searched high and low, but she found me. I don't know how she found me, but she did. But it was a life-changing discussion, y'all. Let me tell you what happened. So he was like, we talked, real mature conversation, and she was like, we spend a lot of time together. So I guess she just wanted me to know what was going on. So I asked her this one powerful question. I said, did he ever say that he wanted to be in a relationship with you, a committed relationship with you? She couldn't answer the question. And when I ultimately wound up talking to him, you know what he told me? He said, I told her I never wanted a relationship. I didn't mind spending time with her, but I never wanted a relationship. And then had the nerve to be talking about me with her. Who does that, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm saying all of that to say he was honest with her. Whether we like it, whether she like it, whether I like it, he was honest with her. He said he didn't want a relationship with her, but yet and still he did relationship type activities with her. So ladies, if you don't hear nothing I say in this podcast, listen to what they say, not what they do. Period. That's all I got to say on that.
And you know what? So I have a little twist on that, on what you're saying, as far as listening to what they say and not what they do. I think you should pay attention to both. And if it doesn't line up, then that's when it's like, okay.
I like that. I take that. Yes.
I mean, like, I hear what you're saying and I see what you're doing. It's not happening. So yeah, that's confusion to me.
Right.
Yeah. Because there are some who will say a lot of things and don't do nothing.
But the thing is, but when you want to go on, if you ain't been on a dinner date in a long time, how you turn that down? Like, especially if it's a nice restaurant,
right?
How you turn down a nice trip? I mean, that's hard. That's hard to be like, that's hard to turn that down, honey. So I get it.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to set some boundaries or something in here, because if not, we doing the same thing. We in the repetitive cycle. And what they say, Siobhan, when you keep doing the same thing, that's insanity.
Insanity if you keep doing the same thing over and over. And I will say, like you said, this is not easy stuff. This is not cookie cutter, because emotions are involved. Matters of the heart
going through
always a challenge, and it's always going to be some type of drama associated with it. So it's not going to be a clear cut, easy process. But I love what you said about boundaries. It's important for us as we go through these different situations to learn something from it. Okay, now last time, I didn't listen. I wasn't paying attention. He told me and I wasn't honoring what he said. So this time, let me make sure that I'm paying attention, and let me see. I know that I won't be able to deal with somebody that's not being consistent with what they're doing. So let me make sure I'm kind of pulling back and giving myself what I need outside of him, so that he won't be the sole source,
Right. Yeah. And he may be a good guy, build a friendship with him. And, you see him, I mean, I won't say make it on your terms, but just keep your feelings in check, because you never know, people change, things change, feelings change. You or the guy may look up one day and be like, dang, I ain't want that, but I don't want to lose you. So let me see if I need to get myself together. So I agree with Siobhan. It's not cookie cutter, but ladies, men too, keep your feelings in check. That's all I can tell you. And be smart and learn from your mistakes.
Right. So Miss Minnie says, now for guys, they can leave feelings aside and without a future intent. You heard the saying, the family is on his side. They move how he moves. So he good to introduce friends and family. Gotcha.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And you all feeling like, oh, he introduced me to the family, and the mama like me,
And honey, you done been the third person he done brought this year. That means nothing, baby.
But this is the thing too. It's good to meet the family in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a pro to meeting the family because do you want to be a part of that family?
Mm-hmm.
That might make a world of difference on whether or not you want to be attached or, still talk to that brother. Is he he'll come from a good family? The family a little dysfunctional, some of the stuff. I mean, it may be good to meet the family, y'all, now that I think about it. You know what? Go meet his family.
Right.
If you want you to go meet his mama, go meet his mama and see what's going on. Yeah, but keep your feelings in check.
Yeah, we got to do our due diligence too. You want to observe and see who this man is, who is he around his family, and all of those things. So just because he's showing you interest and he's taking you out and doing things, doesn't automatically qualify him to be your man.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, but we got to keep our feelings in check because especially when we've gone through a drought and we ain't been with somebody in a long time, girl, it's hard.
Absolutely.
It'd be like, the stars is open. But let me tell you about the trip thing. It ain't easy you can't travel with everybody.
No, I ain't traveling.
So at some point, it's good to travel, but we're talking about friends with benefits situation and boundaries and stuff like that. But all of those things, if you're working towards maybe really trying to be in a situation and you know that you all have the same common dating goals, I think all of those things are good to explore because you can't travel with everybody.
You cannot travel with everybody, and you gotta be on one accord if you're gonna choose to travel with. Now, I have traveled with people, but I knew where I was, and he knew where he was. So it's like,
right.
But if you're not clear, if you think that traveling is going to make it better, or if there hasn't been a commitment and you just kind of rolling with it, you might be setting yourself up. I'm just saying.
If you like to travel.
Mm-hmm.
If you like to travel, yes, honey. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So let's see. It don't, but meeting the family is a stepping stone. It depends on the guy, I think. Evan, don't you?
Yeah, Evan, they'll bring around the family first, second, third outing.
And some guys, steer clear of bringing around the family because he doesn't want the woman to get the wrong idea about what. So I think it just depends on the guy. So Evan, you might be the type that will bring around the family and use that as a stepping stone, and that's great. So it's showing her that okay, we're progressing to another level. But there are some guys who choose not to because it's like, look, I don't want you to meet my mama. I don't want you to get the wrong idea about this because this is not what. This is not what this is. So anything else you want to share about friends with benefits before we go on into our convo here?
No, I mean that's basically it. I really hope we get a chance to talk about this again to get the male perspective of this. But friends with benefits I think it has a negative connotation for those that's not interested in that. And for real, a woman, the average woman, want to feel believe that the guy is into her and just her only.
Mm-hmm.
So that friends with benefits, it kind of make you cringe because it's like, dang, that's how you, especially if you don't want to be in that category. It's like, that's how you feel about me.
Yeah.
That's how you see me, especially if you want more. So ladies, set boundaries, ask appropriate questions. If you cool with friends with benefits, if you're not, ask the right questions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think this is something key. Before we move on, Ms. Minnie says, key word to friends with benefits is friends, which is why women fall for the guy. Every woman wants to build a life with her friend.
Exactly.
But I think you got to know what friendship means to you. You know what that looks like, because sometimes we can be in these friends with benefit situation and he ain't show no kind of signs.
Yeah.
Friends. So I think we got to be clear on what we mean when we say friends. What does that look like?
And then like I have some friends, Minnie girl, that I'm not building a life with them. No, not at all. I have quite a few in mind. I would be like, oh yeah. I mean, our life would mesh well and we would like really be a power couple. But girl, some friends I have, no shade, just
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're saying, girl.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm sure some of them may feel the same way about me. Like I ain't building no life with her, but I'm fine with that. I probably feel the same way.
Right. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna switch gears and talk about. We got some questions from these box of questions that I got called Convo and Chill. Can you see that, Convo and Chill?
Lord, I'm scared. Let's see what Siobhan got going on.
So let's see. Since we're talking about friends, is it possible to get out of the friend zone? And if so, how?
You know what you mean? Me get out the friend zone?
Or you put a guy in the friend zone. Is it possible for him to get out of it?
Well, the friends that so the thing is, I started off when the people that are in the friend zone, they were not in the friend zone. They got put into the friend zone after getting to know them. Okay. But I mean, I think anything is possible. You know, I mean, you may look up after building a friendship. I may look up one day and see them differently or see something that I didn't see before, or they've developed something, I've developed something, and things may shift. But I would like to know how to get out the friend zone for quite a few people. And let me say, I've been taken out of I don't know if I've ever. I think people may attempt to put me in the friend zone. But I'm not putting the friend zone unless I want to be unless I want you to be my friend. If I don't mutually want you to be my friend, you're not friend zoning me. We just not talk no more, real talk. But do I think you could get out the friend zone? Most definitely. Most definitely. Y'all watch the Hallmark Channel. We talked about baggage claim the last show. Y'all saw Paula Patton and that cute boy was friends for 20-some years, and then they fell in love. So yeah, it's possible.
Derek Luke, yeah, his character.
Yeah, so, Derek Luke. Yeah.
Let me tell you, these people.
No, come on, y'all really. So once y'all put people in the friend zone, that's it. Like period. All right.
Because okay, let's think about it and tell us, Evan, Miss Minnie, and Renee. Tell us why they can't come out the friend zone. I'm curious to hear what you all have to say.
Y'all see the movies? I mean,
so tell me why, if you put a guy in the friend zone, tell me why you put him in there. What are some of the reasons why you would put a guy in the friend zone?
Who, me?
Well,
girl, you know what my top two things are.
Okay, you got it.
Mine, especially your friends you say that's single. I need and I desire a man that has a goals and vision for his life, and they gotta love Jesus. They gotta have a relationship with God. You could be a really nice guy, but if you don't have those two things, which are so important to me, but I think you're gonna just be my friend. Okay. You're really just gonna be my friend. And I agree with Taisha, no chemistry, but it has to be, when you're a friend, there is some kind of connection, but the chemistry may not be, I like you, but it had to be something to cause me to like you, to go on a date with you and talk to you. It just be realized, we just may not be a good fit, but we cool. So that would be things that would cause me to put people in a friend zone, but I think they're so cool and they add value to my life some kind of way. I don't want to let them go.
Gotcha. So possibly a person could come out of the friend zone depending upon why you put them in there.
Yeah, maybe they found Jesus.
Gotcha. Okay.
They found Jesus and I'm like, oh, well, we can pray together now. So
Evan is like, no, it speaks for itself.
Come on, Evan. You wouldn't take come on, it depends. I agree with what Carla said, it depends.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So it just depends. So Paula said it only happens in the movies, and there's a reason why they were in the friend zone in the first place. So okay. All right. Well, if y'all say so.
All right. Well, thank you.
Convo and chill conversation number 2.
Oh, Lord.
Number 2. If you're in a relationship, is it okay to have a work husband or a work wife? What y'all think? Y'all in the chat, what y'all think? Can you have a work husband or a work wife? If you're in a relationship, can your significant other have one, or can you have one? What y'all think?
Well, let me speak from somebody that's been married.
Okay.
Which is me.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is a slippery slope.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a slippery slope if there are no boundaries. There are no boundaries. Because I've seen where, especially men, Lord bless your hearts, they got issues at home with their wife, and they're going to talk to their work wife or their female friends at work. That's a no-no to me. That's just a big no-no, because you don't know who you're talking to. And depending on where that woman is and what she's going through, she could make herself out to look like she doing stuff that your wife don't do. It's just not a good look. You know, it's really not a good look. You can have friends at work that you talk to, but that it's just not good. It leaves the door open for when something happened where it could just be a big wide gap, and then now you in a situation that could just ruin everything you built with your significant other. So I just don't. I'm not an advocate for it. Now, if you're single and you got a friend at work, and that's what you want to call your work wife, fine. But married people and people in committed relationships, I just don't think it's a good look. That's my personal opinion.
Okay. All right. So we have majority of the people are saying no, Carla says yes. Mary says yes, very slippery. Okay. All right. So
I don't want to go up to nobody's job and be fighting. Because when I get married again, let me tell you, it's either we stay together or we die.
Yeah. Yeah. So Alicia says, I don't think so. I feel like one person may start to have feelings for the other. Okay.
Right. It could happen,
Right. And Carla says, as long as it's platonic, you have to trust your mate. Okay. All right. Evan is in agreement with what you're saying. Yeah. I think you might be setting yourself up. Why even go there? Why even put something out there like that? Now, if y'all are both single and you want to call yourselves that, knock yourselves out. But when you have a relationship, I just think out of respect, even if there's nothing going on, you just don't want to create the appearance that something is going on.
Exactly.
Yes. See, just don't add the drama. Don't bring that kind of drama to your relationship.
You don't.
All right, here's another question. Combo and chill. Should women pursue men?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think you could put it out there that you're interested, like what I'm doing right now. I said I'm single, I'm available. I've given you where my IG pages are and my Facebook pages are. Holler at your girl. You understand? But for me to say that I'm going to chase you down, no. I feel that men were created to be the natural born hunters, and to pursue. So why would I take that away from him? Why would I do that? Why would I do that to the man, to just take away his no, Evan? Why would I take the pleasure of him wanting to court me and pursue me and pursue me to be with me? Like, why would I take that away from him? I'm letting it be known that I'm available.
Gotcha. Okay. So Evan says, oh yes, please. So Evan, you're cool with the woman pursuing you. Okay. And maybe everybody's definition of pursue is different. Like what does pursue mean to you? So that may factor into it. So Carla says, why not? If she's confident and knows what she wants.
Yeah.
Okay. Paula says, I agree with Patrice because they are not going to turn it down.
I mean, Paula, what's she saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I would prefer the guy to pursue me. I mean, I think it's important for a female to show interest back if she's interested. But I mean, that goes into the, I don't know. No, I want to be pursued.
Yeah. So I have been the pursuer before, meaning that I have expressed interest and I have taken additional steps after expressing interest. But what I found was I didn't like how that felt, You know,
Really? Okay.
I didn't like being the one that was making the moves. I wanted to experience what it felt like for me to just kind of sit back and for the man to come after me. So that was my reason for not doing it, because I didn't like how it made me feel.
But it shows their leadership skills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but then what if you get into a situation and they used to you leading so much and they just sitting back like, oh, you got it. Like, I
No,
don't.
I'm talking about it shows the man's leadership skills when he
Oh,
you know, not the woman. It shows the man's leadership skills. So I get it. Like,
right.
what you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah. But I understand, you know, there are different people, because I had that type of person. I was like, yeah, girl, shoot your shot. And I think, like, I agree with you as far as showing interest. Like, I think that's important to let the man know that you are interested in him, and then see what happens after that.
Yes.
Okay.
So some chicks make it hard. You know, their face all turned up. I mean, you know that man smell good, girl.
Yeah.
You know you want to go out with him.
So Evan says maybe traditional ways are holding us down. Okay.
I mean,
yeah, I can see what you're saying. I understand, because that is a more traditional mindset that the man is. But then too, I think it's almost like your makeup, though. Also, my thoughts are, it's not just the tradition; it's how you're wired to hunt. At least that was my understanding. But
I don't know. I may be stereotyping when I say this, but you know, we live in the DC area,
right?
And I'm gonna tell, and you know, we both from the South.
Yes,
DC area dudes are just different from men down south. Like they want to be catered to. Like, I'm not all of y'all, because I'm talking not all y'all. Don't be offended by, you know, but they're different. When I go home or when I go down south, it's like, like, what's up, man? What's up? But up here, the dudes like waiting for you to pursue them, and I'm just like, I don't get that energy. I don't like that. I really don't like that. You know, like they don't waste no time with letting you know you pretty. You even if they're with someone, oh, you beautiful today, or you gorgeous. I love your hair. Are you available? I could tell, even guys up here, I could tell the ones that were either raised by Southern parents from the South, because the average dude, especially dudes that are professionals and stuff like that, they're different. I don't know if that's been your experience, but they're different.
Yes, and I will say that was probably the biggest culture shock for me, moving from Florida to moving here, because the men in Florida and in Louisiana and down south have no problem with, and they don't use decorum. They don't use talk when they do it. They, whatever they see, a black, a red,
right? They shorty.
You know, they will say whatever they see and how they're feeling, but they will shoot their shot, and you know, they can miss all day, but they will do it. So it was very different moving to the DC area, and they'll look at you, but they won't say anything. And I was
like, yeah, that's it. And then, you know, it kind of make you feel like, dang, I mean, I don't look good tonight. Like, what's going on? And then you go back home, or you go back where your hometown, and you get a taste of reality. It's like, it's not you, it's just them dudes.
Right. It's just a different, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that's all about. We'll have to get some guys on here from this area, and
I don't like it.
What that's about. It was so weird. It was so weird. So Evan says when he knows what he wants and you reciprocate that, the world will move aside, then he will take it from there. Okay. All right. That's bad. I think what we're trying to say, we're just saying, hey, she's expressed interest, and now we want the ball to be in your court.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So our last and final question for tonight. Okay, wait. Okay, what Reggie say? Reggie don't usually say nothing. Let me see, but we different because we're not looking for you.
Yeah, I usually don't say anything.
He said we different because we're not looking for you to take care of us. Oh.
Is Reginald from down south?
No, Reggie from up here. He DC. So maybe
Southern men not looking for us to take care of them. But now,
well, listen, I don't know. It depends on what Southern man you get. I don't know.
Not Reggie. I'm gonna tell you. I've been dating in the street. I met the a few guys in particular from this area, born and raised in DC, and they've told me some disturbing stuff. One in particular was like he was taught to date a woman that's doing better than him, and I was like, that's what your grandma told you. And so I mean, I'm just leave it at that. But he wasn't looking to take care of nobody.
But I'm just thinking about that though. When we think about the guys that are up here, right? It's, I don't know. I don't want to get into.
That was Reggie.
It just may be kind of different. I think I may see a little bit of what he's saying.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I have to explore that, but I think I can see a point in a way.
Okay.
All right. So the last question of the night: can you date potential?
I used to date potential.
Woo!
So the answer is yes. The answer is yes. If that's what you're okay with. But I think we're all potentially growing to do something or aspiring to be something. So it just depends on what that potential is. But in most terms, when we say potential, we're like, oh, he has the potential to be ABC. And so at a point in time in my life, you know, I was cool with that. Where I am in my life right now, no.
Yeah.
No.
Listen,
depends on where you are in life. There's no judgment. If you say, oh, you know, he has the potential to be X, Y, and Z, because the thing is, we all have the potential to be something.
Right.
So it just really depends on how you define potential. Yeah. Now, if he could potentially have a career, or potentially, you know, I'm being honest. No. That don't work for me right now in the stage of life that I am. And the thing is, you have to, women, be honest, and it's okay. Like real talk. I haven't always felt that way. You know, I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'm shallow for thinking that I want the guy to be. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm being honest with myself. I know what I could deal with. I know what I could tolerate. I'm not there in my life no more. That's not what I want. I mean, I could be open to some things, but some things I'm not open to. And women, especially Black women, it is okay. That struggle love is for the birds, baby. Period. I'm just keeping it 100.
Yes. So Taisha says absolutely not. Miss Minnie says yes, in my 20s or early 30s, not in my 40s.
Exactly.
And Reggie says potential is them dudes down south.
Don't do that to him. Don't do that to him, baby.
Not everybody like that, but yeah, it is some guys down there that's
I up here too.
Yeah. No, you're right. They everywhere.
They need to potentially flirt with us. That's what they need to do.
So Paula says it depends on the age. Carolee says my 20s were full of dating potential, but those days are over.
I'm not 20 no more.
Yeah.
You know, and the things we are sometimes made to feel guilty about that. And I think that's wrong. Like we shouldn't feel guilty for wanting something else. You know, right, exactly. When we talked about that, he said potential for unrealistic expectations. You get into a situation where you hoping it may be something different, or that person could be something different, and that's just not fair to that person.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. You got to know as a person what you're looking for, and like you said, we all have some type of space that we're aspiring to get to. That in between that is potential, but it depends on what you have potential in. Now, if you it just depends, and it depends on what you're looking for, what your deal breakers are, and then you got to go from there. But you got to be honest. If you know you can't deal with that man and he don't have, you know, a job, or if he has too many kids and he has the potential to be a good person to you, but he got all these kids, you got to be honest.
And men too. Men have to be honest too about what they want in a woman. You know, like. It could be, I can't speak for them, but it could be a lot of things. You may not like that she wear weave.
Right.
Or you may not like her how she look, or how she talk. I mean, it could be a number of things, whatever the thing is, but they have to be honest too.
Gotta be honest. Gotta be
Mhm.
honest. So Alicia says, I low key agree with Reggie. Alicia is in Florida too, so she she said that they say the potential is the guys down south. Don't do that. We love
Don't
y'all.
do that.
We
Don't
love
do
y'all
that.
everywhere.
They flirt with us though. They make it known
Honey,
what they want, how they want it. There is no question. I like that kind of clarity.
they will boost you up, honey. They will gas you up all day. So Paula says love don't pay no bills and the mortgage is due. So the potential don't live. She don't want that kind of potential. If you can't bring, something to the table. So
Yes.
you know,
Amen.
I get it. Well, this has been fun. This has
Yes.
been fun. This hour went by fast. And like I
It
said, we definitely miss Kareem, but he is in the midst of the hurricane in Louisiana. So just continue to keep them in your prayers. And I hope that they don't have any major damage or anything, because that's terrible. But that's why he's not here with us tonight. But we'll definitely have him on for a future show.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I'm just thankful for that we were able to have this conversation, and thank you guys for communicating with us and sharing with us and being interactive, because that helped the discussion to go.
Yes.
So
Yes.
last words, Patrice, what would you want to say to end this conversation?
So my motto has been, and that I've been expressing to everyone, is to enjoy and embrace the journey and trust your process. How I got started with this was talking about dating after divorce, truthfully. And we're all on different journeys. We're all on different paths. And along the way, sometimes we get really stuck. We get stuck because our past hurts. So I encourage, wherever you are, if you're having negative thoughts about yourself, if you're having negative thoughts about what you're experiencing or what you have experienced, I encourage almost on a daily to turn some of those negative thoughts into positive thoughts, because most of those negative thoughts are lies that we've told ourselves or we've allowed other people to tell us. So I really want to encourage you to keep moving on your journey. If you're stuck, just take one foot at a time, because as you keep going, there's a whole lot of new possibilities that lie ahead, new relationships, new jobs, new experiences, but it only will happen if you allow it. So I am the Patrice. Please follow me on IG. Please connect with me. Allow me to inspire you as you inspire me. And Siobhan, thank you again for the opportunity, boo.
Thank you for coming on once again and for this amazing conversation. And thank you all for watching. And be sure to tune in next week. We're going to have some fun next week. So stay tuned. 8:00 next Wednesday. It'll be after the election. Hopefully we'll have some good news after this election. So we'll just be comforting each other through it. But either way, please go out and vote. Exercise your right to vote, because it matters. We definitely need everybody to go to the polls. So please do that. And in the meantime, in between time, take care of yourself and remember that a healthy relationship starts with you. Good night, everybody.
Bye.